Hi guys, welcome to the stream. Yes, today we do bring your tactics, so get ready to get ready to bring your tactics, not dump your tactics. So we're gonna use who's this? Aston Villa. Okay, we're gonna use Aston Villa. We got your tactics. We've got positive 4-2-4. Let's take a look at this. All right, okay. CM Mazzala. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's play this tactic. I'm not gonna say anything yet. I just did a video on mentality, right? And compression. Okay, so let's look at the compression. Oh boy. Okay, let's play. So we're gonna go to 2D Classic. I think it's easier to see the relationship of the players. Okay, so you see how far your players are right now. This is where you're telling the opposition we're gonna play the game in. This is your compression area, right? So the distance between this player and this player. So as it goes up, you see the distance is normally going to be about the same. Okay, this is your zone of compression created by your defensive line, right? And your attacking duties. Now the players go forward. Okay, all right, opens up. Okay, this is not bad. Goes wide. Okay, then Coutinho gets in. Nice try. Okay, this is an attacking transition. We're not worried about the attacking. I'm not worried about the attacking transition. I'm more worried about your defensive transitions. Yeah. All right, so, okay, there we go. All right, first things first. Yeah, where Mazzala is gone. Right, okay, look at the gap. Now your player has to do a lot of work. See that when Mazzala goes in, he pulls up a lot of space. You get this 2-on-1 situation here straight away. Now we go down the line again. You look at your gaps, man. Okay, gaps. The gaps are huge, right? Okay. You manage to, because they're not on a very attacking mentality yet. So you pull up the ball. Mazzala goes here. You got these two players here. This midfielder is here. Very wide, right? At this point in time. So you're depending on a lot of individual moments, right, for your players to bring the ball forward. Okay, so once again, ball goes again. All right, look at this now. He and him. How many players gonna close down? Nobody, right? He's chasing. This guy's still there. Only when he enters his zone does he go and take over. And then guess what happens? Ball gets out wide. Why? Because of this. You're getting all of them pressing, but look at this. Your press is like, okay, everybody just press in your own areas, basically. I mean, and to a certain extent, right? Okay, if I were to play this, I would probably, because the area is so broad. I mean, you've got such a big area, right? And you want them to work in. This is not really going to help you because you're going to open space up, right? The moment I saw your zone of compression and your choice of your defensive line within your mentality, right? It means that your attacking duties are sooner or later, they're not going to be like focused on your defensive transition. You're going to just give away easy goals like this, right? You're just basically allowing the team to come in, right? So look at this tactic again. A lot of, I mean, to all intents and purposes, this is not bad. I mean, you've gone with a lot of support duties. You're playing a positive. You're thinking, hey, this might work. Let's just do something different. Okay? Let's either do this or we stick to this. Let's see what happens when you do this. Okay. So now now you got him tracking 1, 2, 3, 4. Earlier we didn't have this situation. Look at him. Where is he gone? He's gone right to the back. You see, this is what happens right now. Okay, with one change in the pressing intensity, we're getting him to come back. So let's make this tactic a bit more tighter, right? So now you still got a big zone. Now you see, now they're putting a lot more pressure on the players, right? Okay, so still now we have to fix one problem, right? This player, he's a Mazzala. He's going to get further. He will try and get, I mean, he's a Mazzala. He's going to get further forward, but let's change him to something a bit more constructive. Ball winning midfielder on support. He'll try and win the ball in this area. Or you can play him as a CM on support, right? Or you can play him as a roaming playmaker on support, right? But don't play him as a Mazzala because Mazzala is going to go into the half space. Why do that, right? You try to build, you want this inverted wingback to come in here. And this player is like going to the half space. It's a very, very complicated tactic, right? So I wouldn't recommend that. This is extremely complicated. So I would just go, I will just make him a ball winning midfielder support. So he's a bit more aggressive in this third. Okay, now we got inverted wing back. So far, there's not been any very much, there hasn't been a lot of interaction here. Okay, this is a very strange combination. One runs into the channels, one stays in this area. So what's the AP supposed to do? Who's the AP gonna find in this area? So the AP doesn't have a lot of options to play into this area. We'll change this guy into an inside forward and support. Okay, maybe then he has an option. Maybe this guy's going to come into the area. AF running into the channels. Basically, you know, if the ball goes down the flanks, he goes here. The big gap between the fullback, big gap between here. Okay, we just made a few changes, but I haven't changed any of this yet, right? I haven't changed. I don't like this, but we have to see the impact first, right? Okay, so because if I make a lot of changes, you're not going to see it, right? It's just like, yeah, there's no point. You need to see the transition. So let's go to comprehensive. We're still on comprehensive. Okay, now, okay, look at this. Earlier, what did I say about type marking, right? Okay, now these players are much more closer. They're, okay, well read. So now the passes aren't so easy to find. Now they're both in the center of the park, right? It's harder for them to build up play. Okay, so we're getting these two guys to be a bit tighter. Now, look at this. These are the first few transitions we've seen where we can actually build something up. Okay, the problem when you play the inverted wingback, this role, the role in front of the inverted wingback really needs to give us width, right? It's got an attack space for us, right? So this is very slowly the AP is going to leave. I don't see the point of, if you want to play an AP, I still find this a bit odd. Okay, you got an AP here. Okay, let's put him on attack duty, get him to drive into the area a bit more. We'll get this guy to be a DLF on attack. Okay. Okay, we get this guy to get up and support him. But what we're going to do next, we're going to drop this a bit more. Right? Okay, now we got this zone is becoming smaller. We get the backline to support play because right now the backline isn't pushing up to support them. Right, this inverted wingback, we'll change him to a wingback on support, so he goes up the pitch. So now we've got an AP on attack, a DLF on attack, we got CM on defense, wingback. So our problem is actually going to be this side of the pitch. Okay, so we keeping it simple. We got width, we got counter press. Okay, all right, this can work. We'll drop this a notch so their zones are not going to overlap. I don't want them all over each other. Now what we're going to do with these players is going to tell them to mark tighter. We want them to sit on players so that when the goalkeeper tries to play out from the back, right, he has to play through the center. Okay, so all right, McGinn gets the ball winning midfielder, still does a good pass out. Watkins in the area, nice. Okay, and you see the block. Just that one change has made our block a bit more defensively solid. Look at that. Now they're defending. They're tighter. Okay. All right. So they're a lot more tighter now in the block. Okay. All right. Let's do something else. You see this get stuck in. Okay. No, we'll just leave that unchecked. Okay. We'll stop the crosses. These two are supposed to help us do that. Play our defense. Okay. Fine. I can use the width of the pitch a bit more. Okay. That's it. Can have a high defensive line, mid block, bombing forward. We got CM on defense, ball winning midfielder. We got wingback coming here. We got AP here. We got DLF here. We got a poacher. DLF on support. Okay, let's try that. Small changes. What do you think about tempo? I think tempo is too high, but never mind. Tempo is a good instruction. If I've got a lot of shots on off target, I'll reduce tempo. See, we're getting a lot better attacks now just by changing few things. Because what we want to do is, you got 4-2-4, right? So I would recommend playing if you're going to play a 4-2-4 the way you set up, then your players have to be very good players. Like on their own, they have to be able to win the ball. On their own, they'll have to be able to take players on. Now, if your team isn't that good, then I suggest playing with a mid block. Yeah, mid block. A mid block allows you to be more compact, right? And then all you got to do is this, right? Now we have this. Now we're actually a very aggressive mid block, right? And now we are aggressive mid block. So what do we do if you want to play a more less aggressive? Just drop off more. Now your block moves with the team, right? So whenever you lose the ball, your block is going to move back down. I mean, we haven't moved the block yet because the tactics haven't kicked in yet. So now if we lose the ball, they move back. Yeah, we don't have you don't really have a player to play it out to. I also like ball playing defenders for that particular reason. I'm not a big fan of CDs. Yeah, right now in Football Manager, I don't play central defenders if I can avoid it. I will always have one ball playing defender. for that reason and that reason only. So that I've got a chance to release the ball. So defensively now, we're a lot more rugged as a 4-4-2, right? So what else can we do, right? Okay, so okay, we got this. We got playing on fairly wide. Playing like this, you can drop the tempo now. Okay, we can hit the early cross if we wanted to, but now you look at this tactic, right? There's no one attacking the space. Okay, so we've got an attacking playmaker here looking for options. We got one. Okay, I'll drop it down to balance now. I take this guy and turn him into inside forward on attack. Okay, wingback comes here, ball winning midfielder here, AP on support, AP on attack. This guy, what is he? He's staying wider. Oh, let's not do that. I wouldn't recommend asking him to stay wide. I don't understand the rationale behind that. If you want somebody out on the flanks making those kind of chances, then why don't you play him as an inverted winger? AP is I know AP on the flanks sounds nice, but if you're going to depend on him to create all the chances, you know, I don't think you're going to get a lot. Got an inverted winger, at least on attack, is still going to try and score a lot of goals. So, see, so much has changed in your tactic, right? I don't see any easy chances being given away because your players are opening up the spaces, right? So now they're playing a lot more tighter. I'm confident that if you were to play this from the start, you do a lot better. The other thing about Football Manager 23 right now, right? I strongly advise people to have a plan. Like if you're playing, especially these two-man systems, I'm not going to use this, man. I don't like this rule. Okay. I'm going to use an inverted winger on attack. I'm going to stick to a DLF on attack here as well. Okay, so we'll use these roles. This guy goes up the pitch. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll turn this guy into a BWM on support and turn this guy into a CMD. Or let's turn this role into like a box-to-box midfielder. Okay, so we'll turn into a box-to-box midfielder. Then he goes up and down. We got inverted winger here. We got wingback coming this way. We got inside forward coming this way. This guy's anchoring this position. Okay. Yeah. And we got inverted winger here. We got these three roles attacking these positions. We get these guys to mark tight so that whenever somebody comes down the flanks, they took after those players. So they don't let them get away. Yeah. And this will be our final tactic. Okay. So next tactic, possession 4-2-3-1. Let's go. Okay, so here we go. Okay, we don't know what this tactic is all about. We got Douglas, we got roaming, we got wingback, ball playing. Okay, let's play. Haven't seen any of the PIs yet. So we're not going to play it first. 4-2-4 can be good, but I think a 4-2-4 play as a bit block is very, very strong. Very strong. But you got to set up the compression areas very well. Yeah, otherwise, all kinds of issues. Wow, set pieces apparently damn good, man, this tactic. Very good set pieces. Were you watching him by any chance? Very nice. I love Loki Doki's new video. It's so funny. Okay. All right, so let's I don't know what we're looking at now. We gotta change the skin. I don't take the skin very well. 42. Okay, this is not bad. Final third passes 26. See, all I'm looking at is this now, you know. Okay, creating a child. You're not giving the AI very many chances to create anything. Okay, good. Yeah. Looking good so far. Romy playmaker, ball winning midfielder, nice. Wingback, ball playing defender, bringing up the ball, running and defense even. Okay. Oh, over the top. Okay, step up more, I suspect. Okay. All right. Ball playing defender, roaming playmaker, ball winning midfielder. Okay. Maybe Segundo Volante might, but roaming playmaker is not bad. Ball winning midfielder, okay. Not a bad role. In that tier, I probably play Segundo Volante. Asking him to tackle harder, but can still work. Yeah. Because I'm a huge ball winning. I was a big fan of ball winning midfielder in 21. In 22, after we neutered it, I was still a fan, but it was neutered. Okay, so do I change this tactic? I don't think so. I don't think that there's any need. Let's see what we can do to tweak it slightly. Tell him to be a support duty. You can still play quite well with support. I wouldn't play cover. Don't. That's one of the reasons why you had the ball over the top scenario. Play like this. Ball playing defender. Don't play Tyrone Mings if you can avoid it. I'm not Tyro Mings fan of Football Manager. Add this mark tighter for your defensive transitions. That's all. Okay. Okay, cross on byline. Oh, that's ambitious, man. You need to run all the way. Roaming playmaker only, no. If this was a ball winning midfield, I say go for it. Roaming playmaker, you better make sure this defender can defend. Low crosses, everything is a cutback. Don't mix. Give yourself a chance. Underlap. Nice. Okay, one touch. A lot of one touch passing going on this tactic. Okay. Oh, I love this. Smart boy. Positive. You only use one attack duty. On higher mentalities, less is good. Step up more, drop off more, you leave it to decision making. Okay. Can be done. Doesn't overlap. In fact, I don't see anything wrong with this tactic. All right. Are you a hardcore? Stay wider. Oh my goodness. I would love to mark tight. You create a lot of problems to the opposition because you stop heavy, right? Right, if you mark tight, what is going to happen is that whenever the opposition are trying to build play up from the back, you are literally forcing them to play a certain way. You're still marking tight, right? So they have to come through the middle. Unless you don't want them to. Okay, that's a different story. I just made a few tweaks only. That's it. But I still think this is a very good tactic. Yeah. Very little changes needed. Yeah, it's a very, very solid tactic. Yeah. Again, this is one of those tactics that needs you to think about your substitution strategy. See that? Who would have thought? Now it's better, right? You don't have that odd one player is out of position event. Okay, there you go. Your tactic demands form. Oh man, this is expensive because you're playing such a high tempo, right? No, you're not actually playing a low tempo. What are you doing that can reduce this? Okay, there's not very much you can do except drop to a lower mentality, right? So I think you can, or you go to your bench and have like 5 players waiting to come on. That's the only way you can handle this AI now. 1, 2. Wait. 1, Ezri Konza. 2. Let's see how else you can change. 3, 4. Yeah, you'll end up doing something like what I'm doing right now. 5. Yeah. You change the 5 plus 1 in the center so that your backline can always chase. Your backline always has to chase. Now you see the situation developing, right? All you do is you do this. You drop this a bit. Okay? That's it. Game over. AI cannot come back. I think. It's not that confident. Okay. Oh, we didn't change the right side. Your right side is the problem child. Okay, look at this, right? We're still quite solid. Okay, look at this. The guy is high up the pitch now, right? It's not anchored to your defense. If you want it to be anchored to your defense, you can. I mean, if you want to hold on to a lead, you can turn this into a ball-winning midfielder, anchorman. Yeah. Look at this. Just solid. Right. They can't even get the ball away from you. Because now you got a double pivot. Because your ball-winning midfielder is building up play on your right side. Earlier, you only had a ball-winning midfielder on defense, right? So you're solely just building up play on one side of the pitch. Now, tick-tock, left, right. Very balanced tactic. This is a very good 4-2-3-1. Very simple. Not too many moving parts. You don't have any funky instructions. I would say leave it the way it is. Make the few changes I recommend. Right? You make it even stronger after this. And you can probably play the entire season with this tactic. You don't have to change it after that. Yeah, the whole season you play this, right? Whole season you play the same tactic. Mark tight, right? Okay. This role, you can change it to ball-winning midfielder on support. You can play ball-winning midfielder on defense when you feel like, holding on the lead. Or please don't do this. Okay. You're going to ask for trouble. Okay. So just leave it like this. What you do here is mark tight. Okay. And mark tight here. Actually, you don't have to cross from byline, but I get the argument behind it. Yeah, I understand what you're trying to do here. But be careful, right? If he goes wandering, you have to have a very good player here. High teamwork, high anticipation and concentration. Otherwise, you're in trouble. Okay. The other thing is you don't need to do this. You just play mixed crosses. Right? You don't have low crosses. Is just every single one go to the byline, do a cutback. Give yourself a chance to give your players some thing to do other than that. Okay. So here, this is what you do, right? Holding on a lead, drop, off more. Your block moves down. You want to go for goals? Step up more. You're not sure? Do this. This is okay if you have a fast line. You don't have a fast line? Just do this. Okay? Leave this unchecked as well. You don't have to stop crosses. It's entirely up to you. So really, because this, in my opinion, this is still a bit buggy right now. Because I don't see enough of these guys coming. But they can if you add mark tight. If you add mark tight to these players, they will help your stop crosses work. Your stop crosses will start working very nicely. If you don't add mark tighter to this, your stop crosses sometimes don't appear to be working perfectly well. So I will do this. So the instructions you don't need is this. You don't need this at all. You don't need to use this, right? Okay. So this is a very, 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 very nice tactic, man. Who made this? This is brilliant. The 3-4-3 is a good tactic. You should try it out. I mean, double DMs, segundo volante, one segundo volante, one. You can use a ball-winning midfielder as well if you want. Segundo volante goes bombing. What a lot of people don't do with their ball-winning. Okay, the reason why I don't like a lot of 3-4-3s right now is no one out there is actually using dribble more on their ball-playing defenders. I suggest you go out there and use one. You get these ball-playing defenders. It makes all the difference in a 3-4-3 when you have a good defender bringing the ball out, right? And then you can launch your flank attacks very easily with those players. Okay, so now we got this tactic. Okay, immediately I will say there's a problem with this tactic. The moment I see a Mazzala here, I know it's a problem. It is nice. Okay, I like this. It could still work. I'm not a big fan of the Mazzala. What is with this world with inverted wingback, Mazzala, what are y'all trying to do? I don't get this. Okay, we'll watch this tactic. I don't get it, no. Do you know what you do when you do that? You lose width in your tactic. I mean, if you're creating a really possession heavy tactic and you're very comfortable about moving a team around, okay, maybe you got very good players, I say go for it. But if you have an average team and you're trying to do that, you are sacrificing width on one side of your pitch. So you're removing the option to stretch the team on one side of your pitch. So I don't know. The way then you end up having to use a role that holds that width, like a winger, right? Or an inside forward who's been told to stay wide. Then the Mazzala has to really explore the territory, and you need a role that helps you. So let's see whether this tactic works. It might. You got a winger on attack, you got a mess coming here, you got a track. It could still work. But here, right? This is one time I'll say change his role to PF and support. Why? Because you already got so many funky roles moving all over the place. Get him to stay near the box. I'm not saying don't use the inverted wingback. I use the inverted wingback a lot in my tactics as well. But when I use the inverted wingback, right, I use it for the movement through the middle. So my tactics are all very wide, they're maximum width. Because if I wanted to replicate what like managers like Guardiola are doing, right, then it's maximum width all the way. I don't play on anything but maximum width. And this tactics maximum width is good. So if you're not a good team, you're gonna have these kind of situations, right, where you're traveling away, you're trying to win the ball in midfield. Because a team that's aggressive, because if I see inverted wingback, if I'm now the AI developers, right, the more I see AI, a human with inverted wingback, I attack that flank. I don't care. The moment I see inverted wingback, I'm attacking that flank. I don't know whether SI coded it or not. Okay, again, right? No width. We haven't been able to build up any play because you've got a lot of luxury roles in your tactic. You got Trequartista is a luxury role. He's not going to help you defend, so you don't expect him to be going around snapping on their DM one. Then you got inverted wingback who has to come into the middle, right? He's coming into the middle where you have a roaming playmaker and a defensive midfielder. So he's competing against two other players like that. So let's see what has happened. Okay, the ball goes out to the wingback. Wingback plays it out. Okay, snapped. Lost one ball there. No, not enough support. He scored a goal. Okay, let's see more of this. You have to remember, right? A nice Informer Manager 23, unless you have a very, very good team, avoid very exotic setups. I would avoid this is a very exotic setup. It's got Mazzala, it's got Trequartista, it's got inverted wingback. It's very exotic, right? Inverted wingback goes up into the middle, then you're expecting your Trequartista to drop down. It's for all that to happen. In FM22, it could work because there wasn't a lot of pressing going on. FM23, there's a lot of pressing going on. You're not going to get much time, man, if the team is aggressive and they want to win the match like Manchester United do right now against Aston Villa. So, okay, let's change this. All right. Okay, first up, DLP is holding position. Mazzala has gone this way. Inverted wingback is coming here. So let's change certain things. Okay. Okay, first we're going to change this guy. Small role change. Pressing forward and support. Wing on attack. Bombing forward. Mazzala coming here. Who's helping us bring the ball up? You get the problem now. DLP holds position. Mazzala comes this way. Who's helping us bring the ball up? Inverted wingback on support. That's the only play here. So why is the winger on attack? So either you do this or you overlap. So you make it even more aggressive. He comes in and then he tries to get down the flanks. So he holds up the ball. Problem is when you do that, this guy's going to hold up the ball, right? When that happens, you lose the ball if they press you and tackle you hard. So this is a problem right now in this setup. Okay, so I don't know if there are a lot of teams in real life playing a 4-2-3-1 with an inverted wingback, right? So let's try this. Okay, then we change this role to something like a attacking midfielder on attack. All right, so he gets further forward. This guy comes here. We got width on from this guy. Mark tighter. Then we're telling him, okay. All right, let's see what happens. Wing back is going to go this way. He's been defending a lot. No work ball into box. We're playing Manchester United. Let's drop the tempo. All right, step up more. Okay. I mean, in any universe, right, I would say that's a good setup for most teams, right? I don't know if I can make it work with an inverted wingback and a Mazzala. I can't, yeah. I'll be very honest. I don't think it will work. Yeah. You're never going to get much of a chance to do much here in the center. Again, you need more punch in middle. Go ball winning if you don't support. Turn this guy now inverted wingback on support. Okay. Now your inverted wingback can actually participate. Okay, so right now your inverted wingback can actually attack that area. You can actually turn this guy into an anchor. Okay, this is the best way to use the inverted wingback right now. Right, when you have a D. I mean, that's how teams like Manchester City do it, right? So if you want to look at teams that actually play well with an inverted wingback, look at the masters of the inverted wingback, Man City. They always play with the DM. Right, then you get better structure. Then you can launch these guys into attack. See, now it's our first highlight we've had. So if you want to do something in the inverted wingback, don't play this. It's not going to work, right? It's just a waste of space, right? So I would say go for a 4-3-3. Otherwise, play a 4-2-3-1 DM, right? And play wingbacks. But don't do it. I doubt anybody can turn goal in. I can't turn it into goal. I'm not a magician. Not a magician, man. I think all of you can make good tactics, understanding what the tweaks are. And the tweaks don't have to be a lot, right? It don't have to be. Okay, the simplest tweaks is how do you push to score goals? And how do you pull down a lead? That's it. Just master those two first. Right. Making small little adjustments to your tactic, like, you know, changing a role here, changing a role there. You have to drop down to comprehensive to see how the movements look like. Is it the movement that you want? And ultimately, it's going to be whether when you created the tactic the first time around, you had a clear idea of the kind of movements you were going after in your tactic, right? So that's more important. All right, we got to look at Suku Punch. Let me work our way down, okay? Or Suku Punch. DLP, Mazzala, ball winning midfield, okay? Wow, okay. All right, okay. Not a bad idea. Okay, not a bad idea. This is a counter-attacking tactic. Okay. Why are you playing a counter-attacking tactic? Okay, all right. We'll start first. Okay, all right. We'll play this game. Remember what I said in today's video about mentality? About choosing the right mentality for your team? Okay. You're playing counter-attacking. Okay. And you've got a lot of attacking duties. Right? So when you need to defend, what do you think is going to happen in a low block? Pay attention to what Coutinho does. Right? Does Coutinho come all the way back? Like when you lose the ball. Okay, so he stops. Okay, no, we didn't see anything. We need to see more. Okay, so this is, you have to pay attention to all that, right? So this is like a routine or whatever it is, a set piece routine, right? Dead ball situation. Okay, so let's go. And then when you play on higher mentality, sometimes you rush you have to watch out for tempo. Players take risks with the way they play the pass. You saw that pass? Okay, so now we go up. Okay, goes down the line, plays in. Okay, high risk pass. Didn't know. I mean, it didn't make it, but he thought of it. Another one. Okay. Risky across the face of the team, and then if they intercepted that ball, we'd be in trouble. Okay, Coutinho tries to get back. He stays there. Okay, does he close down? No, McGinn moved up. Okay, again, not bad. Not bad. Very aggressive. Okay, one thing about this tactic I'll be very worried about is my legs in the second half. Okay. Okay. Coutinho too far forward, right? On attack duty, wasn't there to help the team out from the defensive phase, right? So he was too far forward. He can't help the team. Okay. The ball goes forward. This guy runs. Okay, nice. Okay, the boys punch forward. Right? You saw the attacking transition. The whole back line. Only 2 defenders left. Only 2 defenders left. The whole team punch forward. Okay, so again, everything is rushed, right? Because we're on a very high mentality. Okay, so what else? What are things that we can do? First up, drop tempo. Let's drop the tempo. First thing I'll do is drop tempo. Okay, because everything is being rushed. I mean, yeah, okay, fine. Some people are going to say you're doing a counter-attacking tactic. You have to play on a high tempo. I like going, well, maybe. But what if I've already got the lead? Right? What if I want to be a bit more patient? I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity to launch myself. See what's happening now. Okay. So now I drop the mentality down to balance. Okay. So now I drop my mentality down to balance. Okay. The team's approach, right, is going to be slightly different, right? Every single pass is almost like reaching its target compared to the last one, right? So on positive mentality, my team is going to take more chances to move the ball around the pitch, right? Sometimes these may be bad decisions. It's just riskier. So if you want to make a counter-attacking tactic, right? If you play on higher mentalities, yeah, sometimes you don't get everything happening. Now here he advances forward. He gets the ball, he's on his own. So this is what you told your team to do. Get the ball on your own. Now let's say I've taken the lead, right? What else can I do? Okay, I can ask him to be a DLF on support. I can ask him to be a false 9, or false 9 is too much trouble. Pressing forward support is also possible, right? This guy is going to go here. Okay. Let's try pressing forward an attack. Okay. He goes here. He stays on the shoulder of the defenders. Okay. Also possible. Get stuck in, drop off more. Yeah, fine. This is... You're not going to... As you lose the ball, everybody drops back, right? Your defensive line doesn't commit itself too high up the pitch. On positive mentality, they will. You saw what they were doing earlier. They bombed forward, right? Because the roles were a bit more attacking. So now I've dropped my mentality down to balance. I'm still maintaining a drop off more. What do you have here? Ah, no wonder. Okay, all right. Everybody is like super... Oh, I mean, I see a lot of 2-on-1, 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 right? What if you don't want to do 2-on-1? Because your zone of compression isn't that big, right? So I don't want to see a lot of players going for the same player. Then I do that. See, what I did was I dropped my pressing intensity down one notch. So yeah, you can do something like that as well. So I mean, this tactic on the whole, would I change very much? Not really. Box to box going this way, inside forward, more direct. Okay, yeah, I get this. This is a supremely simple tactic. I mean, I won't say simple, but it seeks to punch a hole in the team. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to change anything here. I mean, maybe, okay, let's try something. Okay, step up more, get stuck in. I want to compress them seriously into that small little space. They get the ball, I try to catch them. Yeah. Don't give them much room. Okay, now when you play this kind of a system, right? Halftime, you better be prepared. This is one of the most expensive formations in the game. You got to be on standby to bring on other players, right? Okay, so simple. We don't do anything. I mean, with this tactic right now, right? I can even dial it down even more. Okay. Yeah, I dial it down even more, right? be a nuisance right now. Okay. These two, I want them to come back all the time. Bang, very defensive. Counter press. Yeah, okay, fine. No, let's just drop that. Okay, that's it. Let's go. Okay, now I want the whole team to come back and defend. Oi, we got the first highlight in the opposition third. That's impressive. Very defensive mentality. Again, we almost scored with a cheesy throw-in routine. Yeah, we just see out the team. We're going to create a zone of compression damn tight. Every time the AI is going to try and work the ball into the area, they're going to find it difficult. Last but not least, this is another, the world and its Mazalas. Okay, now it's not so bad because Mazala inverted winger fullback on support. Okay, now I don't think it's that crazy. Okay, it's not that crazy because this guy is support duty. Comes up. When this Tyro Mings cannot be trusted with this role. The last thing I care about, right, in this game, oh, he's got a left foot. He can only play on the left flank. You're losing a lot of funkiness with tactics when you do that. Because when you play a right-footed player on the left flank, he comes in on his right foot and sees two strikers. He uses his predominant foot to send the ball in front of them instead of a cross. That is even better. That is even better than a cross. Yeah, if you're a footballer, you'll know that's true. Right? If you've ever played football, and I'm a right-footed player, but also I always play on the left wing. Yeah. Because I will come inside and I'll play one over the top for my two strikers to latch onto. Yeah. But if I play on the right, on my predominant foot, then I end up having to drop in crosses 90% of the time. Because if not, I would have to cut in on my left foot to try and shoot or pass. So there is a lot of dynamics. As I included all these little dynamics into the game. Similarly, if you play an inverted wingback if he's got a right foot, you play him on the left flank. Watch what happens. Very nice dynamics. Because what happens is the inverted wingback comes in with his right foot. He plays one over the top for the two strikers. Yeah, there's a lot of things that a lot of people don't see this batch engine because they've got this rule in their head, which I never understood. Because he's got a left foot, he must play on the left flank. I'm like, dude, that's not true. The game does not punish you for playing him on the wrong flank. Yes, he makes a few mistakes, but once he gets good in that position, he's a genius at that position. And once you start experimenting, you see. Yeah, there's a lot of fun when you experiment. You end up in this little trap, then not fun anymore. Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah, I knew it. No, this is semi-decent. Because he's got support duties. Okay, let's see what he does. Coutinho is going to create chances. But there has to be time for him to create chances. The only thing I will say now is we might want to change tempo. Yeah. I don't know what his tempo is. Okay, nice. Good defending. Very good defending. Okay, ball goes out. Long. Okay, nice. Nice. I didn't expect any changes from this actually. I was like, nice. Cool. Lovely. Love the combinations on the right flank. It goes with and then slaps it in. So we got one like a pure winger here. Right. This is the reason why sometimes you play a right-footed player, right? He's got a reasonable right foot, right? So because he's got a reasonable right foot and reasonable left foot, right? Okay, he will sometimes go down the flanks and then he would give you the cross, and sometimes he will cut inside, right, and play the pass. Because his tempo is high, right, that move was done very quickly. Right? So he went straight down the flanks, delivered a cross. That was nice, man. That was so nice. Now he's played a safe combination. The wingback is not going to run forward. So if you had a wingback here, he'll be running forward. Now it's a fullback, right? What the fullback will do is he goes up, he sees Mazala, give him the ball. Wingback, dribble. Mazala half space, lose the ball, boom, counter attack. So fullback Mazala is nicer. Make small changes to your tactics. Most of your, I guarantee you, 99% of the tactics people have right now, right? 99% of your tactics all work, man. I think there are very few bad tactics in the community. Okay, so this is basically a player thing. Right? Fullback, inverted back. Okay, what is he done here? CM. Oh, no wonder. That's why I saw. This is lovely. This is even. Now, the penalty in FM23 is not so high. It was quite high in FM21 to play inverted wingback, inverted winger in combination. Now it's not so. Because they don't end up in the same spots anymore. See this, right? I'm looking at this guy and this guy. But he's going to pump up. Look at this, right? Goes up, there. Goes into the center. He comes in. Look at Dean. See the difference it makes? Earlier, we had a wingback, got torn apart. You got a fullback, you want to play a Mazzala, go ahead, be my guest. Now you got a lot of stability in that position. Look at this, man. That is such a nice goal. No? The interaction of the inverted wingback, inverted winger. Right, inverted winger goes inside now. Right. Comes in on his left foot and uses his right foot to score. Lovely. Very, very nice. And then he's putting it in front of a D duty. So now there's a lot of security. We can actually, there we go. We can actually get this inverted wingback to play like Trent Alexander-Arnold pushing up. Yeah. See now, look at this. Defenders have to mark him already. Freeze him. Creates a very good goal scoring opportunity for this inverted winger. This is a very good 4-2-3-1. Very, very good 4-2-3-1, man. Yeah, the more I see Mazzala, I get panicky, you know. I see Mazzala, I go like, oh no. This Mazzala is such a problematic child. I get worried about Mazzala. Oh, look at the yellow cards on display now. The yellow cards. Oh, cow. Do you have like hard tackle? No, you don't. Oh, this is aggressive, man. The higher tempo. Whole team. I don't know why. Is everyone? Oh, no wonder. Son, you don't have to. Man, you've really gone into the school of maximum press. And this is the. Okay, take more risk cross on byline. Dribble more. Ah, you love my dribble more. Okay, thank you, sir. Yeah, remove all the tackle harder. Yeah, you don't need it. I mean, it helps, but let's just put it on the front view, okay? Don't put it on these two. Because they're very expensive. Otherwise, you always have to think about bringing on a set of central midfielders. Unless you have a plan to bring on the central midfielders. Unless you're always the sort, right, that goes, okay, time for me to bring on my central midfielder. So right now, we got to bring on Emilio Bienda for this guy. Don Donker, I don't know, maybe play him for this guy. Douglas Luiz for this guy. Okay, so there we go. See, in this kind of a tactic, right, these two have to come. They have to always substitute. I don't care. I just randomly pick two players. I don't know whether they're Donker. I think it's a defender and I'm a midfielder, so I just randomly pick two fellas. Very, very good tactic. Very little change except for the tackle harder. Just remove, I think if it's your way of playing, you enjoy a lot of broken bones in your game, then go by all means do it. Shadow striker pressing forward. Guy goes this way. This guy attacks his space. This guy looking for chances to play one into the space. This guy looking for chances to play one into space. This guy coming in on the blind side to score goals. What's there not to like? Plus, remember I told you guys earlier, never put a ball playing defender behind a CM on defense, right? Now you got a ball playing defender here, bringing the ball up. Mazzala coming here. Ooh, this is champion. This is a good tactic. This is right there. It's one of the best tactics I've seen today. I'm not surprised. I know who he came from. Yeah, I tell you guys, do not play with a trap inside, hoping that you can trap good sides into a trap. It's not going to work. Yeah. Because when you trap a team inside, okay, unless you have like roles there set up for them to win the ball. For example, you have like a ball-winning midfielder, a central midfielder on support, a box-to-box midfielder, all like, in that zone trying to dominate. A trap inside might work. But half of you are using Mazzalas, Carrirelos, central midfielder on attack, inverted wingback coming. What trap inside you going to get? Nobody there to trap. All of them are not in the space anymore. So they're not going to be helping you very much. So yeah, I don't advise people use the trap instructions. Because the trap instruction requires you to have roles there that are going to do the job of winning the ball back. If they're not there, they're not going to help you win the ball back. So I want to thank everybody for coming in. Hope you had a good time. Hope I helped. If your tactics didn't get in, let's try and get them in later. Okay, if I stream. Otherwise, I'm going to leave these two here and I'm going to do them next week. Yeah, you guys stay safe. Take care of each other. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.